In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you the top 5 mistakes agents make that keep them low producing agents. Mistake number 1, not having a schedule. You see, I find so many agents get into real estate because they want freedom, right? That's why I got into real estate. And so many times what that looks like for agents is not having a schedule, and that absolutely kills them because what ends up happening is they're not very productive, they lose track of time, they spend too much time scrolling Facebook, Instagram, and before they know it, the day's over. I've been there before, and once I tightened up my daily schedule, my business took off. You see, what I discovered is discipline equals freedom. And when you have discipline in your daily schedule, your business will thrive. Mistake number 2 is they don't get a mentor or a coach. There's so many things as a real estate agent that you can be doing, and when you see other agents in your market or your office doing them, you think they're being successful with it, but you don't know their profit margins, you don't know how long they've been doing it, you don't know all the behind the scenes stuff that they're doing to make it work. And maybe it's not working, it just looks like it does because they're doing it right. You just don't know, right? You don't know how many homes they're selling, you don't know if they're profitable. So when you're following other agents and you don't see exactly what their books look like, what their profit margins are, you don't really know if it's an agent you should be following. And when you have a mentor or a coach, they put you on the right track with proven strategies. So being a low producing agent, maybe one of the things you need to do is just get a coach, start following a duplicatable, repeatable system. This sunset is gorgeous right now. Mistake number 3 is focusing on non-income producing activities. We call them IPAs. Some examples of this might be setting up your Facebook page. It's so funny how many requests I get on my Facebook account to like these business pages. You're just not going to get money from your business Facebook page. The only reason you should have a business Facebook page as a real estate agent is to do ads. If you're not going to do ads, if you're not doing ads, stop spending time on it. Honestly, a new agent shouldn't even be setting one up. Other non-income producing activities could be training. Training is a great thing, but when you overdo it without taking action, that's a non-IPA. That's something that you should only be doing when you have it time blocked. Ideally, it's before work or after work, or maybe during lunch you're attending a training. I just see so many agents that are constantly in the mode of learn with no action. So don't fall in that trap. There's so many other non-income producing activities that you can do as an agent. Just think, is what I'm doing right now directly going to lead me to a sale? Directly going to lead me to a listing or working with a buyer? If it's not, then you have to stop doing it or drastically limit your time. Of course, there's things like doing paperwork or getting organized to start prospecting that aren't necessarily direct income producing activities that you need to do. You just need to be aware of what's going to make you money and what's not, and don't fool yourself. Number 4 mistake is not having a clear focus on your number 1 priority, meaning your number 1 lead generation activity. If you're a low producing agent, it's because you're too scattered. You're focusing on too many different things or nothing. So just pick one lead generation activity that's proven to work, that either you know works, you're just not doing enough of it, or one that you learned from YouTube or you got a coach or a mentor with, and go all in on it. As a low producing agent, you only need one lead gen strategy that can catapult you really to 30 to 40 transactions a year. For me, it was seller prospecting, for sale by owners, expired listings. I just nailed it. And my second year, I made over $150,000, sold over 36 houses, and that propelled me close to having a team selling close to 100 homes a year in no time. Then once we were selling close to 100 homes a year, then we started adding in things like Zillow lead generation, pay-per-click, Google ad spend, some direct mail, things like that, client appreciation parties, a complete sphere and past client program. There's so many things you can do, but you gotta start with one thing. Number 5 is staying at the wrong brokerage or choosing the wrong brokerage. You see, I learned this at a very young age. I had great mentors initially. The mentors were books because I didn't know anyone that was super successful that I wanted to emulate. So I had to learn it from books. And what I learned is you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. If you're at a brokerage where you're not energized by the people that you're surrounded with, if you're not excited and inspired by the lives that the other agents are living, you're probably at the wrong real estate brokerage. And you might not just know anything different. You might think that all brokerages are like that. Honestly, I got lucky at my first brokerage. It had pretty good energy. It had people that were willing to help, and it got me to a certain point. It got me to running a small team, selling close to 100 houses a year. But to get me to the next level, which for me, I wanted financial freedom, time freedom, location freedom, I needed to surround myself with new people. I needed to be re-inspired, re-energized, re-motivated. And when I switched brokerages, within 18 months, I created financial freedom and was actually able to retire from selling real estate. And not by selling coaching or anything like that. from being a real estate agent. And what I find so fascinating about that is just one small tweak like that can change everything for you. So guys, I hope you got something from this video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and if you have any questions or maybe there's other mistakes that you see that someone could benefit from, leave it in the comments.